Week 14 has wrapped up, folks. You know what that means. Once again, it's time to go around the league for scores, standings, Player of the Week awards, and so much more. Let's get it started first with a recap of scores. The Patriots win at home over the 49ers 35-21. Tom Brady sets a new record for career passing yards with his 351 yards and 2 touchdowns. He was also helped out by his running game as Jordan Howard runs for 2 touchdowns in the win. Houston surprises the Browns in the second half and wins 21-7. Neither team scored to the third quarter, with the Texans getting 14 in the third and the Browns' score only coming in the fourth. Deshaun Watson throws for 236 yards and 2 touchdowns in the huge win. The Titans beat another AFC North team in the Bengals in front of the Tennessee crowd 35-17. The Titan offense was unstoppable as Marcus Mariota throws 3 touchdown passes and rookie running back Devontae Royster rushes for 2 touchdowns on the ground. Arizona goes into the Meadowlands and beats the Jets in a back-and-forth contest 35-24. Kyler Murray explodes in this one, wrapping up with 5 total touchdowns, 4 passing on 249 yards and 1 rushing. Detroit protects home field and defeats the Bucs 21-16. The Lion defense forces 2 interceptions of James Winston, while Matthew Stafford throws 2 touchdowns to Marvin Jones and River Cracraft. The former Maryland Terrapin running back Ty Johnson also gets a rushing touchdown in the win. Pittsburgh's win streak balloons to 11 as they beat Washington at FedEx Field 35-10. Ben Roethlisberger tosses 4 touchdowns, each to a different receiver, and finishes with 241 yards passing. Green Bay goes on the road to Indianapolis and beats the Colts 25-14. Aaron Rodgers ends the day with 200 yards and 2 touchdowns, while it was the 3 interceptions from cornerback Jair Alexander that really made the difference in this one. The Eagles snapped the Giants' win streak, winning at home 28-7. They were led by the arm of Carson Wentz as he throws 3 touchdowns in this one. 1 to Alshon Jeffrey, and the other 2 went to rookies, running back Devin Clark and wide receiver Eli Rogers. We saw our Ravens break the Cowboys win streak with a clutch 21-16 win at home against the top team in the NFC. The Ravens took the lead on a 4th down conversion pass from Lamar Jackson and Miles Boykin, and the defense got a 4th down stop near the end of the game to seal it. The running game of Baltimore was fantastic as both Lamar Jackson and Mark Ingram finished with over 100 yards on the ground as Jackson scores 2 touchdowns with his feet in the win. The Panthers win in Los Angeles against the Chargers in a game that saw a total of 4 field goals be kicked 20-13. Neither quarterback threw a touchdown pass, but Jordan Scarlett and Cam Newton scored touchdowns on the ground for Carolina, while Christian McCaffrey rushes for 102 yards as well. The Bills go out to the other team in LA and get a win over the struggling Rams 24-20. Josh Allen throws for 355 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also helps both Tyler Kroft and John Brown go over 100 receiving yards. The touchdown passes go to Zay Jones and Devin Funchess. Miami has a huge offensive blowout and puts up 42 points on the Raiders to win 42-21. Kareem Hunt was insane in this game, rushing for 227 yards and 3 touchdowns. Russell's Broncos win the battle of rookie QBs 28-18 over Maddox's Jaguars. Both QBs throw 2 touchdowns, but it's Nathan Russell who has the yardage edge, ending with 298 passing yards. He also got the ground game's help as well. Phillip Lindsay rushes for a nice 69 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Seahawks escape with a W in the Windy City, beating the Bears 37-31 in overtime on Sunday night. Russell Wilson has a great game, throwing for 278 yards and 2 touchdowns, while Rashad Penny runs for 105 yards and 1 touchdown on the ground. New Orleans blows out the Chiefs in Arrowhead Stadium on Monday night, 42-20. Rookie quarterback CJ Armstrong throws a touchdown, but the real game breaker here is Alvin Kamara. He ends the night with 103 yards and 4 rushing touchdowns. And finally, on Thursday night, the Falcons go into Minneapolis and beat the Vikings 24-10. Julio Jones and Austin Hooper catch the 2 touchdown passes from Matt Ryan, and Devontae Freeman gets a score on the ground in the win. Now let's take a look at standings, starting first with the AFC North. The Steelers are in first place at 11-2, Ravens in second place 9-4, Browns in third place 8-5, Bengals in last place at 3-10. In the AFC South, the Texans in first place 8-5, Titans behind them though 7-6, close race there for first place. Colts and Jaguars tied 4-9. In the AFC East, the Patriots are atop at 8-5, Jets in second place at 6-7, Bills in third 5-7-1, the Dolphins are in last place at 2-11. Over to the AFC West, the Chargers in first place still 9-4, Broncos in second 6-7, Chiefs in third 5-8, Raiders in last place 4-9. Over to the NFC now, starting with the North. The Packers, winners of 7 in a row, in first place at 10-3. Bears in second place 8-5. Lions in third 7-6. Vikings bring up the rear 2-11. In the NFC South, we still have that two-way tie for first place between the Falcons and Panthers, both 9-4, winners of 3 in a row. Saints in third place 5-8. Bucks are in last place at 3-10. In the NFC East, the Cowboys still atop 10-2-1. Eagles in second place 7-5-1. Giants in third 4-9. And the team in Washington in last place at 3-10. Finally, in the NFC West, it's the Cardinals still atop in first place 11-2. The 49ers in second place 9-4. Seahawks in third 8-4-1. Rams in last place at 2-11. The playoffs are approaching, and we only have one team right now who has clinched a playoff berth, and that is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's move on now to see who won the Player of the Week awards in Week 14. Let's start with the AFC. Kareem Hunt gets the Offensive Award this week. Running back of the Dolphins had a big day, 227 yards and 3 touchdowns on 15 carries. Meanwhile, on the defensive side of the AFC, it's our Raven linebacker, Matthew Judon. 6 tackles and 3 sacks get him the award this week. Over to the NFC now, it's Kyler Murray, quarterback of the Cardinals, getting the award. 249 yards and 4 touchdowns through the air. He also had 1 rushing touchdown as well. And on the defensive side of the NFC, it's Jair Alexander, cornerback of the Packers. 7 tackles and 3 interceptions get him the award this week. Congratulations to all of the players who won the award this week in Week 14. Now let's do something we haven't done all year and talk about things going on in the college ranks. The college football playoffs are upon us, and the first round of games have wrapped up. This year it was the number 1 seed, Ohio State, playing the Miami Hurricanes number 4 seed. Ohio State gets the win 41-27. And the number 2 seed LSU Tigers defeated the number 3 Alabama Crimson Tide 33-23, which means that next week in our weekly recap show, we will go over the scores and recap the national championship between Ohio State and LSU. That should be a fun game between 2 of the top teams in college football this season. Let's go on to preview this week's matchup as we are in Week 15 of the regular season. We got 3 weeks to go, 3 more games left, and we'll have ourselves a playoff set finally. The Ravens will welcome the Eagles to town this week. Ravens entering 9-4, 2-0 against the NFC this year. Last game we saw them beat the Cowboys 21-16. As for the Eagles, they're 7-5-1, 1-2 against the AFC this season. Their last game was also a win against the Giants 28-7. They bring in the number 2 ranked defense to this game against the Ravens' number 3 offense in the league. Let's talk about some players to watch for the Eagles in this one, starting with the quarterback, Carson Wentz. He's got 29 touchdowns and 9 interceptions on the year, and over 3,000 yards passing so far. He is the X factor for this Eagles team. As he goes, so does the offense. They're going to have a tall challenge to contend with this Raven defense, but the Raven defense struggles in the passing game, so maybe Wentz can take advantage of that. Let's go talk about right outside linebacker Nigel Bradham as well. He leads the team in tackle with 75, looking to be all over the field and maybe try and slow down this Ravens rush game because we saw them play really well last week in the game against the Cowboys. And finally, let's talk about wide receiver, the rookie from Oregon State, Eli Rogers. He leads the team in both receiving yards and touchdowns, 808 yards and 7 touchdowns receiving. He's having a phenomenal rookie year. I'm looking forward to seeing how he fares against our secondary as well. It's going to be a fun one, and I can't wait to get to it. Let's wrap this thing up with questions of the week heading into week 15. The Ravens' number 3 offense faces the number 2 NFL ranked defense of the Eagles. How will this game pan out? You know what? That's a good question, me. I'll tell you what. This is going to be a really, really fun game, I think. We've had a bunch of close games in the past few weeks, and I think this one will be another one. If this defense comes to play, they can slow down offense even a little bit. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game if the defense of the Eagles can do their part. If not, if our running game can get going, oh boy, it could be a long one for the Eagles. But we'll find out soon, of course. Can the Cowboys go into Pittsburgh and stop the Steelers' 11-game win streak? They are on fire. It's ridiculous. They cannot be stopped. But, Cowboys, do me a favor. Do us all Ravens fans a favor. Help us out and stop their streak. Please. Please. And final question. Seahawks are looking to make it to the playoffs. Can they help themselves by beating the Cardinals this week? The Cardinals are really good, y'all. Seahawks are just trying to find a way into the playoffs. A win against Arizona will go a long way to doing that. Can they get the win? We'll find out as Sunday approaches. And that's going to do it for me for the weekly recap video. Thank you all so much for listening and watching. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Be sure to do all the things you usually do. Like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. Hit the bell as well to get notified when my videos go live for you. And, as always, you guys, you know what to do. Keep on shining and keep on grinding. I will see you all in the next one.